family. My outfit is completely new, which I'm really excited for because I'm very excited about these shoes. They're so cute. And this Zara cardigan is very comfortable. And yesterday I went to H&M to get a belt because I always feel like a belt can really kind of upgrade and elevate your outfit, but I never had one, so I just got this black one. Job made me a coffee while I was getting ready, and I honestly feel so weird like these days between Christmas and New Year's. They're so calm and just peaceful, but also really chaotic because you do want to prepare a lot of things for like the new year and everything, and you do have a lot of, at least I have a lot of like social activities and everything like that. But then again, it's also a time of just doing absolutely nothing, which is kind of hard for me to combine because I have a lot of things I want to do, but then I also just want to lay on the couch all day. So this morning I really wanted to go for a run before we left, but we woke up and it was like 7:15 and we were like, we're not doing that. But yeah, we're going out with my family today and I'm just gonna take you along.
Not going according to plan. Some things I just won't understand. Never controlling the ways I've been molding, folding up time in your hand. I wouldn't be surprised if the daylight breaks and you can't stay. You got places to be. It would still be enough for me. It would, it would. It would be.
It is the last day of the year. I've had a pretty cozy morning so far. I just made a coffee and we basically deep cleaned our bedroom. Well, not deep clean, more like declutter. We kind of went through a lot of our stuff and just got rid of everything that we don't use or don't need. And now I just read a few pages of my book and I don't really have a lot of time left because I need to leave for my New Year's Eve plans at like 2:45 I think. And I still really want to journal and do like my end of year reflections, and I also still need to get ready. But I wanted to talk about the books that I read this year. I honestly don't know if this is interesting, and I didn't read that many books. Well, for me, this is a lot of books, but I really like watching this in other people's vlogs because it inspires me with what books I want to read. So basically most of what I read was in summer, but I started in like March with reading this book, Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Coco Mellers, and I actually really enjoyed this book. I got this for my solo trip to Stockholm, and I actually really enjoyed reading this, so I would definitely recommend getting this one. I also got one of her other books, which I haven't read so far, but I've heard pretty good things about that one as well, and I really enjoyed this one, so yeah. Then for my birthday in May, I got Funny Story by Emily Henry. I really love this one. This was my first Emily Henry book, and it gave me like high expectations for other Emily Henry books because I really enjoyed this one. I don't know, the story was just really interesting to me, and her way of writing and everything was just really good. So obviously after that I had to read another Emily Henry book, so I got Happy Place for our trip to Italy. But I did read a lot of like different opinions about it, and I do agree with some of the opinions that the story could have been written like a lot shorter than it actually was, because you knew what was gonna happen, it just didn't happen. So I do get the different opinions about this, but I thought this was a really nice read to read like on the beach in Italy, which I did. So yeah, I would recommend this as like a little vacation read. And then in Italy, I also got This Summer Will Be Different, which is obviously a summer book. I didn't really know what to expect of this because it obviously is like a viral famous book, and you never know if they're actually gonna be good. But this one actually was really good. I really enjoyed her writing style. Honestly, I don't really have much to say about all of these books because I just thought they were good. And my opinion is not like very detailed. I just either love a book or I don't really love a book. So far this year I read a lot of good books. So the next was Normal People by Sally Rooney. This one was quite hard for me to get into for some reason. In the end, when I finished it, I did like the story and I was like, oh, I actually loved reading it. But while I was reading it, every time I was like, yeah, I don't know if I like this, and I just couldn't really get into the story. But I ended up reading it pretty fast actually, which usually doesn't happen. I don't know, the story itself, I wasn't very intrigued, but if you like think about the meaning of the book and like everything around it, I did love it. So that's that. And then the last book that I read this year is Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. I like this, but I feel like I kind of love like a romance book more than this, because I feel like with books like this there isn't really a story that you can get like actually into. I'm just gonna wait for the fireworks to be finished. Anyways, with a book like this, at some point her like life story did have kind of a storyline that you could follow, which I loved more than like the beginning of the book. So when I was closer to the end, I did actually really enjoy it. But at first I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. So if you're reading this and you feel the same, it will get better, because I ended up liking this. And then currently I'm reading The 7-Year Slip, which I was so excited to read this book for like months. Then I finally got it and I just cannot get into it. I think it's also the time of the year and I just haven't really been feeling like I wanted to read. So every time I did try to read, I read like 3 pages. But I really want to pick this up in the new year and actually continue reading this book and actually get into the story. And I have a lot of books at home that I still want to read. So reading is definitely going to be one of my goals for the new year. But I'll probably talk about this in a different video and I'll show you all of the books that I still have at home to read. Yeah, the past few days have just been so weird, because usually the end of the year or like the start of a new year is such a motivation boost for me, and I just want to get my life together and do a lot of things to prepare and everything. But this year it just has felt so weird, and just everything that I want to do is lay on the couch all day, which is what I do. So that's why I didn't really record anything yesterday. I don't know, my motivation and inspiration is just not here at the moment. So we're just trying to take it slow and start everything back up in the new year, which I also have like different opinions about, because obviously January 1st is like the same as any other day. So I also don't want to push too much and put like a lot of pressure on doing everything in the new year, because technically nothing changes. So yeah, I have like different feelings about it, but I feel like in my mind I just don't have motivation right now and I just want to lay on the couch. So I need to leave in like an hour and a half, so I'm probably gonna make some food, get ready, and then do my end of the year journaling. Yeah, I've just been feeling a bit weird the past few days. I just spent some time reflecting on this year, and I honestly don't really know why I feel so weird about the ending of this year, because it's not like it's been a really bad year and also not necessarily like an amazing year. And as I said, I haven't really spent time like preparing for the new year and setting up new goals and everything, but that is something that I really want to do better this year, because I did set goals at the beginning of 2024 and I never ever looked at the goals ever again. But I made a little Notion page with some goals and a vision board. I do have to say the vision board kind of does align with some things in my life, which is kind of crazy, because this is just something that stands out to me. But there's like this Glossier lip balm on the vision board, and when I went to Glossier in London, I had this lip balm in like my cart and I wanted to get it, but then suddenly last minute I decided to get another one because it smelled really good, and that exact lip balm that I got was on my vision board. Like, that is literally such a weird coincidence. But I'll just quickly mention my 2024 goals. The first one was officially start my business, which I did. The second one was complete 5 projects within the first 6 months. I don't think, well, no, I don't think I really did this, but I did find a few work opportunities this year, which I'm really proud of and very happy with. So it isn't specifically this goal, but I did find good work things, so that's good. Hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. Definitely didn't hit that, but we did hit 5,000 subscribers, which is still amazing, and I'm very grateful for that. Moved to a new city, but when I set this goal, I also said that it wasn't specifically for this year, so we're just gonna move this to 2025. Read 10 books. I think I read like 5 or 6. Go on 5 trips. We did accomplish that. Work with one of my dream brands. Definitely did that, because I was able to work with actually 2 of like my ultimate favorite brands, so that was really cool. Run 15 kilometers and run for a coffee in a different place. We did both of these things because I did the Dam to Damloop, which is a running race in Amsterdam, which is 16 kilometers. And during my trip to London, Stockholm and Milan, we actually went for a run there and then got a coffee afterwards, which was honestly such a rewarding feeling, and that might honestly be one of my favorite things to do. And the last goal was set a consistent morning routine. I feel like for some parts of the year I did do this, but also for a lot of of days this month I definitely did not have a proper morning routine. I did try to do that, but I don't know if I would call that consistent. There was a morning routine, it was just not that consistent. So yeah, I feel like overall we did pretty good, but I never looked at my goals again and I didn't prioritize actually hitting those goals. So for the new year, I do want to set goals and also make kind of a system with like smaller steps on how I want to be able to achieve these goals, because I can set a goal and then not do anything about it, and then I'd be lucky if I hit it, but if I don't hit it, I didn't actually work on accomplishing it. So I feel like I'm gonna have to make like smaller steps of action that I can do to become closer to the goal. So yeah, I'm gonna head to my New Year's Eve plans now. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for being here the past year, and hopefully I'll see you in the new year.